Good evening, everybody. This can be interactive. Let's try it again. Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful facility, isn't it? Wow. Welcome to the University of Pittsburgh School of Education's Spring 2026 Commencement Ceremony. It's good to have a fun crowd. Thanks. My name is Mark Milovatz, proud two-time Pitt alumnus, longtime educator, consultant, recording artist, and now entertainer. It's true, ma'am. I heard you laughing. It's really true. I didn't make it up. Who are you, ma'am? I don't know. It's an honor to serve as the president of the School of Education Alumni Board, and tonight I couldn't be more excited to be here standing right in front of all of you. Tonight, we celebrate. On behalf of every alum who walked this path before you, I now officially open the University of Pittsburgh School of Education Spring 2026 Commencement Ceremony. Let's bring in our graduates. Well, welcome everybody once again to this wonderful event in this beautiful brand new facility here at the University of Pittsburgh. And since I have no script in front of me right now, welcome. I'd like to introduce our illustrious Dean. Please give our Dean a nice round of applause this evening.
Woo! All right, good evening. I'm gonna try that again. Good evening. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's up, graduates. It's so good to see you. I am Ebenezer Mani Gallagher, professor and the Renee and Richard Goldman Dean of the University of Pittsburgh School of Education. And tonight, I'm glad to be with you. Ooh, every single one of you. We're gonna have a good time. To our families of our graduates and friends, other students, faculty, staff, alum, welcome to the Spring 2026 Commencement. Yeah, you can clap for that. So tonight is a special night, and it's extra special. It's extra special because we're making history. We're in new digs. You like them? Yeah, this is the first commencement ceremony that's been held here. And so we're in our brand new Victory Heights Arena and Sports Performance Complex. And so we are literally breaking in this place. And so who to better do it than us, right? Than the School of Education. So graduates, this is your moment. And we are so excited and proud for your accomplishments and your next steps. And with that, we're going to start our evening off while I'm looking at all of you and feeling and bursting with pride, with just sharing how much for our faculty and staff that today is one of the premier days of our academic year. It is indeed one of our favorites. And I mean that with my whole heart because this is the type of time and celebratory celebration that we really need in these days. So before I go further, I would like for us, if we could, everyone, take a moment to pause. We want to have a moment of reflection and acknowledge that those that are gathered here tonight, that we all are standing on ancestral lands of indigenous peoples, and we want to honor the legacy of those whose labor and lives has built so much of what we have richly inherited today. So if you could pause for reflection at this time. Thank you. So, you ready to get the celebration started? Yeah. We will kick off tonight's celebration first from hearing from our student speakers, and I'm excited to introduce them. So the first speaker represents our undergraduate class. She is graduating this spring with a Bachelor's of Philosophy and a Bachelor's of Philosophy in Applied Developmental Psychology. She also has a minor in teacher education. She did all of this as a member of Pitt's Honors College, completing one of the more rigorous academic paths that the university has to offer. She conducted a thesis, and her honors thesis explored how parents perceive and describe autistic children's emotional behaviors across multiple contexts. And so this work that she's done, it is grounded in hands-on research where she studied autistic children right here at Pitt. And she has the kind of dedication that tells you everything about who she is. She is passionate, she is driven, and she is just getting started. So without further ado, I want to welcome to the stage Miss Madeline Mano.
Thank you, Dean Zamani Gallagher, for the introduction and for the incredible opportunity to be here with you all today. The School of Education has given me community, purpose, and the courage to make a meaningful difference, and I know my fellow graduates can say the same. In a time when education and supporting child development are more important than ever, it truly is an accomplishment to be graduating today. There are so many people to thank as we celebrate this milestone. Thank you to our families, friends, and loved ones who remain our biggest cheerleaders and always encourage us to dream big. Thank you to the School of Education staff and faculty for providing constant mentorship, fostering our professional and personal growth, and inspiring us to be advocates for children, youth, families, and communities everywhere. Thank you to our schools and community partners for allowing us to apply what we have learned in real-world settings, and for showing us that anything is possible when we lead with bravery and compassion. Thank you to my peers for supporting one another throughout our time here and sharing new ideas and perspectives that have shaped our work. Learning alongside a cohort at Pitt has been invaluable. It meant always having friends to sit beside in class, study with, and engage in thoughtful conversations about important issues in childcare and child development. Growing our professional identities together and creating a culture of care has been a true privilege. The School of Education has been a constant home for me since I began at Pitt. I first started in the Combined Accelerated Studies in Education, or CASE program, with the aim of becoming a special education teacher. While I was excited to work with youth with diverse needs, during my junior year, I realized I wanted to support them in a different capacity beyond the classroom. The difficult decision to change majors was made so much easier with support from my peers in CASE, who expressed their sadness in seeing me transition programs, but also excitement for the journey ahead. Faculty in the Applied Developmental Psychology program, especially Dr. Bridget Kiger-Lee, helped me see how my passion for children's mental and emotional development could translate into broader work with children and families. Throughout this transition, I never felt alone. Faculty and peers across both programs guided me in finding the path that was right for me. At a university as large as Pitt, I truly felt like I mattered and belonged. This is what makes the School of Education at Pitt so special, its strong sense of community. We lift one another up in difficult moments and celebrate each other's successes. Even in times of uncertainty in education, we come together to overcome challenges and encourage one another to innovate and agitate existing systems, just as the School of Education's mission calls us to do. During our time here, we have learned educational pedagogy and developmental theory from experts in the field, and then applied this knowledge in student teaching, internships, and field experiences. What has stood out most to me from these opportunities is the importance of building relationships through simple, everyday interactions. Whether it is thanking the bus driver who drives your students to school each morning, checking in with the front desk staff who help families navigate services at your community health center, or taking an extra minute to connect with a child or family member in your care, these small but meaningful moments fulfill our universal need for inclusion, to feel like we matter. It is easy to get caught up in theory and knowledge of practice that we sometimes forget to simply build relationships. Meaningful work with children, families, and communities requires more than knowledge of education and human development. It lies in the ability to connect with others, recognize one another's humanity, and embrace diversity. We never truly know what someone is going through. Even when the same ecological systems impact us all, we each experience them differently. Therefore, we must view the people we work with holistically, understanding the many factors that shape their identity and development. The opportunity to be part of a student's life, whether as a teacher, therapist, researcher, community member, or more, is a true gift. Families are inviting us into some of the most meaningful parts of their lives, and it is essential that we honor this by ensuring lived experiences are not only acknowledged, but truly represented. My vision and hope for our future is that the community we built here stays with us. Even as we move forward, it will live on in how we show up and the values we carry into our everyday work. While the future ahead may feel uncertain and intimidating, I choose to hold on to the hope and possibility it brings. The School of Education has provided us with invaluable tools to ignite change in that uncertainty, advocate for equity, challenge injustice, and support the development and dignity of every child, family, and community we work with. Injustice exists, and it can feel easy to find in this field, but it is essential that we find balance in seeking and holding on to joy. Choosing to do so in difficult moments is what creates real change, and I know you all have the power to do that. Thank you, and congratulations to my fellow graduates.
Madeline, thanks again. Those words, that wisdom, sharing with us so openly, we appreciate that. So let's hear one more time from Madeline. And so now we're going to introduce our graduate student speaker at this time. And so I want to tell you a little bit about this person. His story is remarkable. Originally from Kingston, Jamaica, he came to, all right, give it up for Jamaica. He came to the United States as a first-generation college student. And this spring, he's completing his Doctor of Education. With a focus in higher education at Pitt. Many of you already know him because he's been showing up for Pitt students every single day in his role as the inaugural Director of Student Involvement in our Division of Student Affairs. His personal mission, he says to himself, is to make a big place like Pitt feel small so that everyone can have a sense of belonging. And from everything we've seen, he does exactly that. His doctoral dissertation reflects that same spirit. It's titled Building Bridges from Day One, a division-wide needs assessment to reimagine onboarding for professional belonging and cross-departmental collaboration in student affairs. He leads with care and with respect and inclusion, and we're so proud to have him represent our graduate class tonight. So please help me warmly welcome the soon-to-be Dr. Devon Vincent Bryan.
Thank you, Dean Zamani Gallagher, for that introduction. I want to begin with a memory. Years ago, growing up in Jamaica, I sat in a classroom where possibilities felt both exciting and uncertain. I didn't know exactly where education would take me, but I knew it had the power to change my life. In Jamaica, there's a saying, one cocoa, full basket. It reminds us that small, steady efforts day by day, eventually fills our baskets. Graduate school often feels exactly like that. One class, one paper, one late night of reading, or a few, our conversations with our mentors, one moment of doubt, followed by the decision to keep going. And slowly, piece by piece, the experience fills our buckets. Standing here today, I'm reminded that education doesn't just open doors, it builds entire new rooms we may have never imagined entering. Before anything else, I want to offer gratitude. To the faculty, mentors, and administrators, thank you for challenging and supporting us. And to the families, friends, and loved ones here tonight, this accomplishment belongs to you as well. To the parents who made sacrifices, often long before the journey even began, who planted the belief that education mattered. To the partners who stood beside us through long nights, missed moments, and the stress that comes with pursuing something that matters. To the friends and family who checked in on us, encouraged us, and reminded us who we are when we began to doubt ourselves. You carried us in ways that often felt invisible, but matter deeply. This moment is as much yours as it is ours. And to my fellow graduates, congratulations. This room represents incredible ranges of journeys. Some of us worked full-time while studying. Others balanced family, responsibilities, financial pressures, and unexpected challenges, including a global pandemic. Our paths looked very different, but we were guided by the same belief that education has the power to change lives. For me, this moment carries deep personal meaning. I'm a first-generation college student from another country. Years ago, I would not have imagined standing here today, and yet here I am, a soon-to-be alum and practitioner, living proof that education makes things possible. Graduate school was never about the coursework or the credits. It was about persistence, about identity, about learning how to navigate complexity. Many of us wrestled with doubt, wondering if we fully belonged. We balanced work and research responsibilities even when the path felt uncertain, and none of us did it alone. The School of Education has given us more than knowledge. It has shaped how we see systems, leadership, and justice. It has changed the ways we imagine education and how we can better serve everyone. But tonight is also about the present. Each of us is now a credentialed change agent. The work that you will influence in classrooms and campuses, organizations and policies, this moment represents completion, but it also represents capacity. The capacity to lead, to innovate, to expand the opportunities for others. As we look forward, we know that systems we enter often feel large and impersonal, but the challenge that we are given is simple and powerful. Make big places feel small. See people before problems, design systems that center belonging, and lead with equity and justice. Because leadership in education isn't positional, it's relational. It is reflected in how we listen, advocate, and create spaces where others can succeed. In the end, our legacy will not be defined by our titles, but by the opportunities we create for others. So as you move forward, remember who you once were. Remember the questions you carried. Remember the people who helped you get here. And then choose. Choose to lead. Choose to create spaces where people feel seen, build systems where people feel valued, lead in ways that help others discover their potentials. We started this journey one step at a time, and today our baskets are full. The future of education isn't something we're waiting for, it's something that we build. And based on the people here with me tonight, I believe the future is in very capable hands. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Devon, for those remarks. Now, it is my honor to address our graduating class. The School of Education, well, we open every school event the same way. Particularly, our faculty and staff are very familiar with our tradition of opening the school-wide meeting with reciting our mission and vision statement together. And there is no bigger event than tonight for us annually, and so we're going to do that together here. You'll find the mission and vision on page 11 of the digital program. You can scan the QR code on the projector screen behind me to access it. So I'll give you a moment to pull it up. All right, you ready? So I'm inviting you to read along with me, okay? So we generally recite this together during our school-wide meetings, and so if you would read along with me out loud, if you're feeling it. We ignite learning. Okay, come on, y'all. It's called response. Come on, let's try this again. We ignite learning. We strive for well-being for all. We teach. We commit to student, family, and community success. We commit to educational equity. We advocate. We work for justice. We cultivate relationships. We forge engaged partnerships. We collaborate. We learn with and from communities. We innovate and agitate. We pursue and produce knowledge. We research. We disrupt and transform inequitable educational structures. We approach learning as intertwined with health, wellness, and human development. We address how national, global, social, and technological change impacts learning. We shape practice and policy. We teach with and for dignity. We think, we dream, we lead with integrity. We are the School of Education at the University of Pittsburgh. Come on. And we are the #1 school in the state of Pennsylvania. You know, so those words, they are often a reminder and an onus of accountability, and they move me. They never fail to, because this is really about not just who we are and what we do, but that we're always in the process of becoming, and that we're always striving to be more and be our best selves. So, graduates, I hope those words land differently for you tonight, because, you know, we talked about them on your first day, and now as you kind of think back in retrospect, because you didn't learn a mission maybe up front, you probably became it in the process of becoming during your program. And so I hope that you go about the business of carrying that mission and vision as you move into your next steps out in the world. So today you're going to receive certificates and bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctoral degrees. And graduates, if you're able, would you please stand? That's right. We want to applaud you. Yep. Look at you. I don't have a collar on, but if I did, I'd pop it. Look at you. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Y'all bad. This moment right here, this moment in time, it's the culmination of your hard work, of your grit, of your resilience, of your perseverance, of your commitment to education and being the change that you want to see. And so I want to leave you with an indelible mark, just as you have left us, because that exchange of teaching and learning, well, it's reciprocal. And as clinicians and educators, as researchers, as community health workers, as leaders, we have this tagline at Pitt. We say, it's possible at Pitt. And think about all the possibilities that you are going to present, being possibility models as you step forth. You've shown us tonight what's possible, and I want to thank you again for being the possibility models our world so desperately needs. So let's hear it one more time for our graduates. Feel free to be seated. Yeah. I like that shout out, because the thing is none of us get to where we are alone. We all come here carrying the dreams and the hopes and the encouragement of folks that care for us. And so I want to also recognize the people in the room that helped you to get here, right? Your families, your friends, and families and friends, extended family, you know, those friends that are chosen family. If you will, please stand. We'd like to applaud you as well. It's a full room. That's right. It's a full room, and it's a full room with full hearts, And again, none of us get here alone. The folks that were just on their feet are the folks that have poured into you, have provided you uplift, a Kleenex, a shoulder to cry on, have sang your praises, and yes, for some of us, when you was tripping and slipping, kicked you in your backside if you needed it, right? So you got your cheer squad, and you have, without them, not being you and being in this moment. So again, I want to thank every one of the friends and family that are here. There's a South African philosophy saying, an adage that I like a lot. It's called Ubuntu, right? Some of you are probably familiar with it. And Ubuntu means I am because we are, right? So whenever one of us stands tall, it's a reminder that we're standing on the shoulders of those who have carried us this far. Right? So every family member and every friend in the room, for being a positive force and for having the backs of our graduates, again, we are very grateful for you. Now, I'm going to give some well-deserved shout-outs at this time. I want to thank our Pitt Education student ambassadors first, the ones that are graduating. So these students have represented our school the entirety of the academic year. They're going into classrooms, they're showing up for events, they're doing one-on-one conversations with prospective students, they're providing peer mentorship, and they're sharing their Pitt pride and their personal stories day in and day out. And we're grateful for everything you've given to us. So I want to thank our graduating Pitt Education student ambassadors. So when I call your name, can you stand if you're able? Nevada Cross. Where's Nevada? Is she here? Okay. Ansley, are you in the house? Come on, Hey, Ansley. Ansley surrounding. Laura Vinsky. Is Laura on which side? Okay. And Hannah Kristen. All right. Yep, give them a big round of applause. We appreciate your efforts. I want to also recognize students who represent the absolute highest level of scholarship in our school, and that is the candidates of the EDD and PhD programs. You're living out one of the most important lines of our mission and vision in terms of the knowledge production piece, making a knowledge contribution and producing new knowledge. So you are our next generation of educational scholars and practitioners. And first from our PhD program, Dr. Hannah Goldstein. Hannah, would you please stand up? Hey, Hannah. Let me brag about Hannah for a little bit. So Hannah is a former biology teacher from New York City, and she came to Pitt to pursue her PhD in ed policy. Her dissertation, Navigating Equity-Focused Education Reform and Ecological Analysis of Policy and Practice Across Contexts, was rigorous, justice-driven scholarship, and scholarship that we all should aspire to. Now, her dissertation chair, I like to say, hey, Red, Dr. Haley Weddle. Give it up for Haley, too. So Dr. Weddle worked very closely with our now Dr. Goldstein. And Hannah has also served as a graduate student researcher and is part of the Improvement Scholars Network. She's also been a recipient of the Distinguished Student Leadership Award in 2024, and she's one of our former presidents for the Council of Graduate Students. So congratulations. We're very proud of you, Hannah. I want to recognize one more of our PhD students. Sean, where you at? You right on the front row, sneaking by me. All right. So Sean Tomahowski, are you here? What you want to dance? Do you want to celebrate your journey? Okay, let me stop. I just want to give the praise dances and say all the praises, sing all the praises. Okay, so Sean, y'all, has 15 years of K-12 experience. And his leadership across East Allegheny, Baldwin White Hill, tell me if I'm on track, Northgate, PPS, Pittsburgh Public Schools, and Mount Lebanon, okay? And just this week, stepped into a new role, Vice President of Strategic Initiatives and Community Engagement at CCAC, the Community College of Allegheny County. And then on top of that, he serves our country. Sean is a commissioned officer in the U.S. Navy Reserve. I'm a proud Navy sister. Hey, bro. His dissertation, Professionalizing the Teacher Occupation through National Board Certification, was advised by Dr. Sean Kelly. So Sean, you in that final stretch. We're so proud of you. Can y'all give it up for Sean? Ah, this is a goodie. Finally, from our Doctorate of Education program, I'm gonna call out by name because she's absolutely gonna try to stay in her seat, but you gotta rise to your feet. Tanya Green. I see you. Woo. I see you. All right, so some of you all know Tanya, but there are folks that show up for their job, and there's folks that show up, show out, and then just show up for everyone, and that's Tanya. She serves as our Assistant Director of Operations, Consulting, and Public Engagement in the School of Education Center for Urban Education, affectionately known as CUE. She's devoted her career to supporting youth and children, families in and outside of schools, beyond schools, helping to elevate CUE's reach and impact in very powerful ways. And Tanya's dissertation and practice is entitled From Practice to Praxis, a design-based inquiry into liberatory professional development and learning. And she is advised by none other than our very own Dr. Lee Patel. Give it up for Dr. Patel. Tanya is on track to complete and defend this June, and so, ladies and gentlemen, please help me celebrate our soon-to-be Dr. Green. Okay, so graduates, in terms of all of you, I want to leave you with a couple of things. As you begin this next chapter, please know that we are cheering you on with your next steps. And we're so proud that you are graduates of the School of Education at the University of Pittsburgh. I'm known for keeping it 100, as they say, and I want to keep it real with you tonight. We got challenging times. We are living in challenging and uncertain times. But it's moments like this, moments that matter, that really help us to think about and lean in, 10 toes down, and with our full chest, our values, and leading with integrity. The world needs you. The work you're doing is so important. And it's not just important, it's very necessary, it's urgent, and it is deeply meaningful. We need you like we needed yesterday. We need you like right now. And we're gonna absolutely need you moving forward as we go into our tomorrows. So I can't wait to watch and see what comes next. And so from me to every one of you, I want to say congratulations, class of 2026. Your faculty, staff, the school community is so proud of you. I have the pleasure of now introducing our commencement speaker. So our ceremony address, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce this individual. So every year is our tradition where we invite a person that we consider of remarkable accomplishment to speak to our graduating class. And this year I didn't have to look far. I went straight to someone I know, that I admire, and I'm proud to call a dear friend and colleague. And so I want to tell you a little bit about Dr. Amber Garrison Duncan. Amber serves as the Executive Vice President of the Growth and Systems Transformation Office for the Competencies-Based Education Network, which we refer to as CBEN. She brings a national kind of 40,000-foot view, if you will, to some of the most pressing and challenging times that we have and issues. She's also very much engaged in being the change that we want to see in terms of creating opportunities to expand access, to broaden participation in higher education today. She's worked with organizations across the country to make higher education more just, more equitable, and more supportive for every learner. At CBEN, she leads with what I call, this is our heart work. She brings that spirit to competencies and standards, to learning frameworks, to assessment of learning and credential recognition. I've had the privilege of working alongside and with Amber on several major grant projects over the years, and I can tell you firsthand that her warmth, her welcomeness, her wisdom, her commitment to what we do and this work is the real deal. She's a real one. And so I'm fortunate that she said yes and to have her here tonight. So can you give us your applause and a warm, big welcome, a Pitt welcome to our commencement speaker, Dr. Amber Garrison Duncan.
Whew. This is a celebration. What an honor to be here with you and look at you and look at your families and to feel the warmth in this room and how it really is showing up what community means and what community can do for learning. And so again, I'm just really proud, and it's an honor to stand here with you tonight. Thank you to the faculty, the staff, and the students of the Pitt School of Education for welcoming me into this moment with you. I do not take that lightly. Now, I need to tell you something just so I can get it out of the way, is that you may have heard me say y'all. I am from Texas, and I am a Texas Woman's University alumna. Thank you. Yes, T-Dub. Which means I am contractually obligated to tell you before I say one more word that TWU is one of the greatest public universities in this country. And I know well, and I know you're like, Amber, why are you telling me this? But it's in my bones to acknowledge that the institution where I started my higher education journey existed before women had the right to vote, was started and gave credit to teacher education, and is the root of where my story begins and why it's important and relevant to your story, that your story begins here too, and how important it's going to be. Also, I want to say thank you to Dean ZJ, who has built something real at this school. Again, being able to witness this firsthand is a place where equity and justice aren't just words on a wall. You all knew them, you said them, but I can see you living them already, each and every day. And Ebony, thank you for trusting me with this moment. It really means more than I can say. Then there's this. Somewhere in this room tonight, among this graduating class, are two young women named Nia and Nala, Dean Zamani Gallagher's daughters. Just sit with that for a second. The woman who leads this school, who has dedicated her life to making sure education works for everyone, will watch Nia walk across the stage tonight, and we will be watching Nala walk across the stage very soon. And if you want to know what it looks like when someone doesn't just talk about this work, but lives it all the way down to her bones, there it is. Ebony, I don't know how you hold it together tonight, but Nia, Nala, your mama is remarkable, and clearly so are you. Thank you again for allowing me to be here and be a part of this moment. Now, back to TWU. When I arrived at Texas Woman's University, I was just a kid from a rural small town, a farm. I had never been very far from home, but I knew I wanted something bigger. I just had no idea what that meant or whether I was even capable of it. And what happened to me there is something, again, that I've spent the last 25 years of my career trying to understand, research, explore, try new practices, because it wasn't just that I learned things, it was that I was surrounded. I had faculty who didn't just pour knowledge into me or at me and then walk away and hope I gained something out of it. They taught me, they watched me try, they put me in situations where I had to do something with what I was learning. Not just remember it for an exam, but actually use it. They gave me feedback, real feedback that I could take and use. They helped me practice, they helped me fail, get back up, and try again. And somewhere in that process, slowly but not at once, I started to become competent. And then something even more profound happened. I started to believe that I was competent. And that is something entirely different, and that's the things that changes a life. Those educators did not stand behind a podium and deliver content in my direction. They got in the spaces with me. They walked alongside me. They were guides on a journey, not gatekeepers at a destination. And I didn't fully understand what that gift was when I was living it, but I do now. Because here's what I've learned in the years since. Working across the field of education and human development, sitting with communities here and around the world, that the thing that happened to me at TW, that surrounding, that walking alongside, that helping a person become not just knowledgeable, but genuinely capable, and then helping them believe that they're capable, it is not a university invention. It's not an American invention. It's not a Western invention. It is ancient, and it is everywhere. I have sat with educators doing this work on the Navajo Nation, grounded in Dene philosophy, a worldview where learning is not separate from living, where knowledge lives in relationships, in the land, in community, in the passing of wisdom between generations, not as a transaction, but as a sacred responsibility where teacher and learner are in it together. I've stood in a small school in Pondicherry, India, where there were no bells ringing or students sprinting between classes based on time. Small groups, deep conversation. A teacher quietly whispered to me, "We tell the children, be a good human, be a child. There is time for ambition later." The focus was not on how much could they memorize. The focus was on becoming. I've seen it in Singapore, classrooms built around the idea that a faculty member's job is not to fill a vessel, but to light a path. And some of you know this, in this room, you know this truth. Your student speakers have said this truth out loud in their own truths. And some of you know it more viscerally than others, right? Because you spend your education and learning helping people to inhabit their own bodies more fully. You know that no one learns to move or to heal or perform by being lectured at. You know that real learning lives in practice, in feedback, again, and showing up and trying again, and getting in the spaces with someone and walking alongside them until they can feel it for themselves. Everywhere human beings have figured out how to truly educate each other, truly, not just sorting and credentialing and certifying. It looks like people surrounding other people, guides, not gatekeepers, feedback and practice, belief and belonging. Learning, when it's actually working, is not something you go to a place to receive. It is something that surrounds you, something you move through. It should be as natural as breathing. And I want to tell you about a walk I once took. I was working at a university, and one afternoon a graduate student stopped by my office. She was preparing for graduation, and she just said, "I have something for you. I'll leave it on your desk, and I'll get out of your way." But then she paused, and she looked at me, and she said, "Do you have time to take a walk?" And of course, I looked at my calendar, my to-do list, and all the things there, and I just said, yeah, I do. And I said yes. And what followed was 2 hours that I will never forget and haven't forgotten. She took me to all her favorite spots on campus. She told me about the meaning of her 4 years, about her father's death, her grandmother's death in her first year of college, and how she kept showing up anyways, about how her work in Zimbabwe had really cracked open what education looked like. At the end of our walk, we then sat on a bench in the afternoon sun, overlooking a statue of the Pioneer Mother on this campus, and she read me the speech she had written for graduation. And I had sunglasses on, and I was sure glad I did, because right here sitting next to me was a young woman who had taken everything higher education hoped to offer her and made it hers. Not just because someone poured into her, but because someone, many someones, had gotten out of her way long enough to walk alongside her. That's when I learned of following, listening, sitting, and that was the most important thing I did that day, no matter what my to-do list had said. And it's often the most important that any one of us can do for each other is to show up. The University of Pittsburgh School of Education has been preparing people to do this work since 1910. Think about that. Universal compulsory high school wasn't even a thing. It was just becoming a thing in 1910. And for over 100 years, generations of teachers, school leaders, researchers, counselors, policy advocates, community builders have walked out of this institution and into a world that needed them. They ignited learning. They became sparks who inspired change. And now it's your turn to write the next 100 years. The future of learning in this country, as Ebony said, is not decided. It is one of the most complex times in education and in our country. And as we continue to experience the amount of societal transformation, often linking back to that of the last Industrial Revolution, we truly have a moment together. This revolution is not written. It is not already determined by any policy or platform or political party in this particular moment. It will be written by the people in this room, by you. And here's what I'm asking you to do with that responsibility. Get out from behind the podium. Don't just deliver content. Surround your learners. Get in the spaces with them. Watch them try. Give real feedback, not just grades, but honest human feedback. Create the conditions for practice and failure and growth. Help them become not just knowledgeable, but genuinely capable. And then help them believe that and know that, because the second thing there, that's the whole ball game. And then ask who isn't in the room, ask why, and build the systems that see every learner, not just the ones who fit the default mold. Center justice and freedom in everything you do, and the way that this school has always tried to do. Learn with your communities, not just at them. Sit in the center of the village. Listen before you speak. Let a student take you for a walk. And then take that same fierce commitment outward into the policy rooms, into the design conversations, into debates about what credentials should mean and how learning gets recognized and who gets to be called a learner in the first place. Push your institutions, build the coalitions, create the impactful knowledge this field needs to solve the problems right in front of us. Because real education, the kind that changes lives the way mine was changed, is not about access to one building or one campus or one credential delivered in one way. It is about surrounding individuals, building systems that treat learning not as a destination you arrive at, but as something that moves through your whole life. It should be as natural as breathing. We don't have that yet, and not for everyone, and not even close, but we could. And that is what this next 100 years can look like if you choose to shape them. And we need you to shape them. Again, I left a small Texas town and walked onto a campus where people got in the spaces with me. They surrounded me. And I became something that I could never have imagined, even as a little girl. That is the gift you were given here. And now it is yours to give to every learner who is waiting for someone to walk alongside them. So when you leave here, take off the representation of class. It's important. Your education's important. But being able to get out from behind the podium, walk with your learners, get in the spaces, make it feel like breathing. You came here to ignite learning. Now go be the spark. Congratulations, all of you. Graduates, I'm so proud to be in this room with you and look forward to seeing you out in the field.
Amber, thank you so much. We really appreciate the timely message. It's exactly what this moment called for. So can we hear it one more time for Amber? All right. Thanks, Doc. Now this is the moment you've been waiting for. Y'all ready? Yeah. So we're gonna individually honor every School of Education graduate So our graduates tonight represent our summer 2025, fall 2025, as well as our spring and summer of 2026 degree and certificate candidates. So every single last one of y'all we're gonna recognize. So when your name is called, I want you to come forward, walk across the stage. You're gonna be greeted by our Alumni Board President. And we're gonna also have our Assistant Dean of Student Engagement, Dr. Zito, help you to receive your diploma holder. That's our gift to you. So your official diploma, you know, we got to see final transcripts. I don't know, some of you had senioritis, still finals just wrapping up. But once we have all those things, your official diplomas will be mailed once those final grades are in, and that means that degree is formally conferred. So, to our faculty, marshals, and staff, can you please come forward? Now, we'd love to assemble our candidates. All right. It's my deep honor to officially begin the presentation of our candidates. All right, graduates for the School of Education.
The candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Developmental Psychology, Combined Applied Studies in Education, or CASE, Exercise Science, Teacher Education, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Karma Sprouse-Repchek. Madeline Antoinette Mano. Michaela Helen Miller. McKenna Rain Revis. Hannah Waltrick. Pardon me, Anna Waltrick. Paige Lewis. Anna Hirsch. Leah Ellis. Elizabeth Hertzler. Ashton Armbrister. Emmeline Brangan. Amanda Bowen Gauthier. Rebecca Hope Irwin. Stephanie Lynn Roberts. Camille Ware. Lauren Angela Newhoff. Aaron Hackley. Rebecca Steinberg. Charlie Sass. Brenna Pagliarula. Natalie Mintz. Jackson Ellis. Rachel Caroline Frick. Mary Hoffman. Sophia McLaughlin. Mia Nicole Schweiter. Julia Nauman. Sasha Tepp. William Roth. Noah Lewis. Gabrielle Schmutti. Gabrielle Sametti. Molly O'Leary. Sydney Forster. El Leje. Katie Power. Claire Camp Landis. Holden Meekum. Khalil Leiden. Finn Ruff. Noah Gordon. Kira Rokovich. Layla Durham. Macy Hill. Hannah Jordan Custrin. Alyssa Lee Dosh. Giovanna Sircone. Audrey Kate Alsop. Avery Rader. Sarah Borney. Isabel Davies. Nia Gallagher. Lila Monahouse. Juliana May Stein. Kenzie Conroy. Marissa LaDuca. Alexandra Spang. Emily Pycooch. Emily Barat. Ellie Kazmala. Isabella Diolius. Laura Fukis. Emily Wilhelm. Kenichi Chang. Robert Presloyd. Mac Kennedy. Sean Aronson. Gabrielle Acot. Joaquin Grijalva. Jonathan Mitra. Anthony Special Jr. Luke DiCiano. Jenna Porter. Margaret Wild. Tyler Florio. Kathleen Rose Hendry. Sydney Morgan Herbstman. Paige Eileen Brennan. Nicholas Charles Ori. Kyle Michael Mason. Nalani Joyce Ann Kimbrough. Avery Helene Cromer. Sheng En Lee. Jaden Shelton. Richard Frewer. Christian Harper. Amalia McCall. Samantha Osei Sarkody. Sammy Samuels. Casey Dussel. Rhea Gilman. Olivia Almaty. Sophie Isabella Ostrich. Grace Elizabeth Hunter. Anna Caroline Hicks. Delaney Lynn Waterbeck. Grace Willisey. Margaret McKenna. Brooklyn Castleberry. Megan Dorothy Strickler. Lauren Coma. Evan Kennedy. Madison Karate. Bethany Ruth Bickford. Sarah Cheyan Caruso. Julia Sue Brown. M. Lucente Prokop. Sarah Rule. Michael Hughes. Lindsay Burkheiser. Turner Anselm. Brandon Lastimosa. Sarah Olivia Donaldson. Olivia Ann DeTrolio. Abigail Perry Brooks. Lauren Elizabeth Hawkins. Morgan Elizabeth Hurd. Michaela Cleona Mobley. Elijah Sienna Carter. Emma Catherine Thompson. Lindsay Ruth Seaman. Kendall Chilcote. Alexander Rue. Sarah Bickerstaff. Molly Gatesman. Alexa Montalvo Sassani. Lauren Williams. Alexis Gray. Grace Weiskircher. Priya Patel. Gabriella Rutsch. Isabella Simius. Lauren Sophia Jewell. Grace Marit Lavrenick. The candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree with specialization in English, mathematics, science, social studies, world and heritage language, and the candidates for certification in Applied Behavior Analysis, Critical Technology and Digital Media for Learning, Executive Cohort for Educational Leadership, Infant Mental Health, Instructional Design and Technology, K-12 Principal, Orientation and Mobility, Pre-K through 4 Education, STEAM Education, Supervisor of Special Education, Teacher of Students with Visual Impairments, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Heather Hendry Anigan. Madeline Ann Marinelli. Rachel Oberst. Ella Snyder. Sarah Jane Willison. Abigail Kraus. Jonathan Strumpf. Ariana Moninghoff. Kira Patnode. Megan Albanese. Holly Kopp. Bryce Andre. Andrew T. Myers. Tess Gibson. Brady Walker. Megan Patterson. Haley Zarek. Jack Wells. Sydney Samuels. Avon O'Donnell. Hope Miller. Isabella Previtt. Benjamin Matthew McClelland. Arturo Carrillo. Liam McHugh. Katrine Wright. Rose Timmer. Thank you. The candidates for the Master of Education degree in Applied Behavior Analysis, Combined Studies in Early Childhood and Special Education, Curriculum and Instruction, Early Childhood Education, Education Leadership, Higher Education, Orientation and Mobility, Special Education Pre-K through 12, Vision Studies, World and Heritage Language, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Brett Nuckman. Lucy Ann Schwab. Melody Dean. Mary Bertocchi. Sarah Hess. Megan Sweeney. Sophie Kapolka. Emma Carney. Kelsey McGaughy. Ainsley Sirianni. Megan McGonnell. Olivia Thompson. Jason Myers. Angeline Shalafo. Taylor Elif. Emma Hoover. Miara Masutka. Samantha Bible. Amanda Vaneski. Alex Pichardo Aowen. Sydney Floyd. Cassidy Evans. Elise Thompson. Vic Saylor. Yanina Leedy. Alexis Welsh. Elizabeth Cottrell. Kashmir Starks. Mayor Knobloch. Tyler Scheidock. Olivia Lynn Melius. Olivia Lynn Milius. Ashanti Tyann Jackson. Gina Pekarsik. Melissa Graff. Angel Sarmiento. Sarah Gum. Shelby Fisher. Michelle Rubin. The candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Education Policy, Social and Comparative Analysis in Education, and the Master of Science degree in Applied Developmental Psychology, Clinical Exercise Physiology, Health and Wellness Management, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Colleen Eddy. Ian Donovan. Catherine Jane Wells. Kiri McCoy. Sienna Smith. Veronica Rodriguez Ruiz. Josefina Sanchez. Haley Knupp. Brittany Nicole Hart. Fatim Al-Majid. Kira Hartman. Abigail Berry. Sri Lakshmi Praveen. Utong Chang. Himani Manglik. Verena Miller. Evan Calhoun. Adam Seeger. Lee Jashong Irvin. Lee Si-hung Eddie. Nathaniel Philip Pettit. Our doctorates. The candidates for the Doctorate of Education degree in Education Leadership, Education Policy and Social Change, Health and Physical Activity, Higher Education, Out-of-School Learning, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Education, Special Education, Urban Education, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Jill Perry. Bernard Costello. Congratulations, Dr. Costello. Lisa Vento. Congratulations, Dr. Vento. Christina Davis. Congratulations, Dr. Davis. Heather Santa. Congratulations, Dr. Santa. Shadiqua Code. Congratulations, Dr. Code. Devon Vincent Bryan. Congratulations, Dr. Vincent Bryan. Brandon Ballard. Congratulations, Dr. Ballard. Ashley Yarabenick. Congratulations, Dr. Yarabenick. Melissa Wassel. Congratulations, Dr. Wassel. Aubrey Joy Rader. Congratulations, Dr. Rader. Kelly Marion. Congratulations, Dr. Marion. Holly Wickander. Congratulations, Dr. Wickander. Mandy Austin. Congratulations, Dr. Austin. Rebecca Franklin. Congratulations, Dr. Franklin. Evan Zuzik. Congratulations, Dr. Zuzik. Ho Young Lan, forgive me, Ho Young Lan. Congratulations, Dr. Lan. Robert Lee Butts, Jr. Congratulations, Dr. Butts. Jacqueline Rochelle Dorset. Congratulations, Dr. Dorset. Emily Rose Dunker. Congratulations, Dr. Dunker. Daniel Guerra. Congratulations, Dr. Guerra. Jenna Mozako. Congratulations, Dr. Mozako. Joseph Lamenza. Congratulations, Dr. Lamenza. Blair Robertson. Congratulations, Dr. Robertson. Qualisha Zahir. Congratulations, Dr. Zahir. Scott Lazaro. Congratulations, Dr. Lazaro. Felissa Thomas. Congratulations, Dr. Thomas. Tequila B. Emery. Congratulations, Dr. Emery. Aaron Saunders. Congratulations, Dr. Saunders. Elizabeth Cunha. Congratulations, Dr. Cunha. Jessica Harris. Congratulations, Dr. Harris. Catherine Plog Martinez. Congratulations, Dr. Plog Martinez. Jose Goico Blas. Congratulations, Dr. Goico Blas. Charles Scales. Congratulations, Dr. Scales. Ron Idoko. Congratulations, Dr. Idoko. Marcus Eli Kelly. Congratulations, Dr. Kelly. Shannon Marie Keating. Congratulations, Dr. Keating. Bobby Eastwood. Congratulations, Dr. Eastwood. Tanya Green. Congratulations, Dr. Green. Valerie Kirscher. Congratulations, Dr. Kirscher. The candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Applied Developmental Psychology, Education Policy, Exercise Physiology, Higher Education, Language, Literacy and Culture, Learning Sciences and Policy, Special Education, Urban Education, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Lori DeLale O'Connor. Esteban Alcalar Aguirre. Congratulations, Dr. Aguirre. Tong Ru. Congratulations, Dr. Ru. Hannah Goldstein. Congratulations, Dr. Goldstein. Sean Allen Tomaszewski. Congratulations, Dr. Tomaszewski.
Well, let's give them all a big round of congratulations and welcome to the family. You are now officially a part of the School of Education Alumni Society. Welcome. A powerful, passionate community of more than 32,000 education alumni spanning the globe. From this moment forward, you are forever connected to that network and to every person in it who is out there every single day improving the field of education. And that I'm sure you will. We have so much in store for you as alumni, special events, publications, resources, and a community that genuinely wants to see you thrive. And I mean this for myself, and I'm sure all the other alumni. If you need help, we are there to help you. Ask us, we'll do whatever we can. I love Pitt. I hope you do too. I encourage you to dive in, stay connected, and take full advantage of everything we have to offer through our school, through the Pitt Alumni Association, and through the many Pitt clubs and councils across the United States and around the world. Pitt Pride doesn't just end tonight. It's just getting started. And if I may leave you with this quick message, I wasn't going to, but it was because of the woman who didn't believe me over there before earlier this evening. I don't know who you are, ma'am, but you've made their night longer. No, I'm just kidding. Briefly, we were doing a show that I just thought couldn't be done. I had trouble with my choreographers, I had trouble with the venue, I had trouble with the band, short story. I was finally convinced to do it. Something said, just do the show. We pulled it off, it went very well. I got a letter, actually an email. There are no more letters, I understand that. And it was from a young man whose dad kind of did the foreword. It was actually from one of the television stations. And as I read through it, his father had told me his son had Down syndrome. And the son wrote this letter, and he helped him write it. And he said, the son said this was the most wonderful day he'd ever had with his father. And it was the most exciting night of his life. And I say that with a lot of emotion because it meant a lot to me. You never know whose day you're going to make better. You never know whose one person you're going to make better. Because as someone said earlier, we're all going through something. So if I may leave you with that, think of that. You are a big part of what happens in education and will continue. Congratulations again, and I cannot wait to see what you do next. We'll be watching, we'll be cheering, and we hope to see you soon. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. So, on behalf of the School of Education community, congratulations to each and every one of you. We are so proud of you, graduates. You did it. You did it. You're officially done. Again, thanks, many thanks to the families and the friends that are in the room tonight for the love and support that have carried our graduates forward here. And we're so glad that you could share this moment with them and with us. Our generous alumni and donors, I want to thank you for your investing in our school. Because of your generous gifts, you make a high-quality Pitt education more accessible for every student that walks through our doors. And to our faculty and our staff, from the absolute bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. You know, it's the adage of when you're in the same boat, you row together. And everything that you do on every occasion and each and every day, and particularly on a night like tonight, marking this ceremony and it being a special occasion, it's a privilege and an honor to serve as your dean. Before we conclude our night together, I will need to make one more ask of all of you, everybody in the room. We're going to close the way we generally do, the way Pitt always closes. We do it loud, we do it proud, we do it together. So we're going to do it on a count of 3 where we say Hail to Pitt together. So let's make it loud. Give me everything you got. You ready to shout? You ready to get it out? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Hail to Pitt! Congratulations!